Well, good morning, everybody. Hey, this is Rick Sadler. I want to welcome you to the Hit and Run Candlesticks Road to Wealth video blog here today. Today's date, by the way, is Wednesday, June 8th, 2020. Hump Day. Hump Day. Everybody check your office and look and see if you have a camel in there. Anyone that does, just let me know. That'll be a big surprise. Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to look at some golds and silver and a few short setups that popped up on the on our stock scanner here. So we'll be looking at those today. But first, let's take a quick peek at the market. Wow, still morning here for me. So yesterday, the SPY gap down, we ended up with a negative day, not only from the previous day, but also the close was lower than the open. Looks like we closed around 313.78. We have an evening star type candle pattern up here. I'm kind of watching that 311.80 area, which by the end of the day, the T-line will be up in that area as well. We might see price move down a little bit. One thing we always want to be careful of in this market is never underestimate the bulls. I have talked to more people and myself when we try to work around the bulls and maybe go short some positions. The bulls come in and they kind of take it from you. The bulls are determined. They're very determined. And they're just not letting this thing go. So we have to be a little bit careful. Now that doesn't mean that you can't make a little short money here at all. The Road to Wealth account, we bought some SPY puts yesterday and did very well on them here. Bought them and then boom, down we went. Did very well on those. We also picked up a little IWM puts, and right now IWM, we're below the T-line. I've got to stop around 141.80, probably a little higher. Let's go 142 if we get over yesterday's candle, yesterday's body. We'll be stopped out on that. So you can make some money on puts, shorting. Just remember that we start to see this market turn around. Get out of them. Take your profit, and be happy. Be happy because the bulls definitely run the show here overall. So for me to be big time bearish, I think I would have to see price get below the T-line and our green dots here turn red, similar to this right over here. So I would have to see price down below some red dots, and then I want to see selling to continue to the downside. So we would start shorting in this area here if we were to have something that, let's see here. There we go. You know, if we had a rally up, just like it did here, and then we started to see failing, then we would look for that short to the downside. So over here, what I'd have to see is something move down, rally up for a test, and then follow through. That would give me a better feeling about being short a little longer term. When I say long term, by the way, I'm just a short-term swing trader. So overnight starts a swing, could be 3 weeks, and could be as short as 3 days. It all depends on the chart. It's not measured in time. It's measured on the chart and price action. All right, so let's take a look at some charts here. I've got, where's my list? Here we are. So let's take a look at, let's start with GLD. I'm going to start with GLD because we are long this currently. If everything holds up, now it's 6:40 in the morning my time, that's central. 6:40 in the morning, so the market is nowhere near open yet. But it looks like our GLD is gapping up here. Now yesterday we did take half of our GLD off the table for 11%. That's just one of the rules to the Road to Wealth account. And if anyone knows anything about the Road to Wealth account, You know how we started it, you know how we traded, you know where it's sitting at today. There's a link down below in the text part of the video blog that can get you to the website that shows the road to account. We post our statement there each month so you can see how the road to wealth is doing. So please, please, please take a look at it. It's there for your viewing if you're interested. All right, so on GLD, I'm looking at 170, 170, 50, maybe 170 to 171 maybe for a target up here on GLD. Now, since we've already taken half off the table, I feel I can let the second half sort of wander around if it wants to, just raising my stop up a little bit. Anyone looking to buy it, we're gapping up now, so we might want to look at a gap play, which means for me, it would be allowing that 15-minute candle. Let me draw that in here. It would be allowing that first 15-minute candle to be created, and then what I'm going to watch is and wait is for that second 15-minute candle, and then I will trade based on that second 15-minute candle, using the first one as the baseline. Let's see. Another one is KL. These charts here, they're all on our scanner right here. You can see KL right there, GLD. These all came up today and could have been bought. Many of our members bought into these stocks. Those with the scanner were able to pick them up and be alerted when they started popping. So KL here started alerting about that 40, probably somewhere in that 42, and then on that breakout there, 42.50, could have been purchased in this area right in here. You did very well yesterday, and it looks like it's gapping up a little bit. On this one, I'm looking at 47 as a possible target over here, 47 as a target. Let's see, another one, AGI. Let's see, there it is right here on the scanner, AGI. AGI's been running up. Here we have a little consolidation, and then AGI took off the following day. Here was your breakout day. So boom, we break out. This could have been bought as an inside day down into here, a little wick. Now you'd had to have been watching it. That'd have been a tight buy. But those that were watching it picked it up into this area here, had a nice move yesterday. Because it's up a couple bars, it might need a little consolidation. It might. And that could offer a nice entry for somebody. This one here, I'm looking for about that 1160 mark as a target. AEM is another one. Here's AEM on the scanner here. Popped up. This is looking good. Now this is, if you know, for me, I'm in two gold stocks right now, GLD and AUY. This AEM is setting up in that area that myself, the Road to Wealth account, we like to buy in, and that's where we pop up like this here, and then we pull back a little bit. When we pop up, we want to break out, and you can see we started to do that breakout right in here. Pulled back to support. I want to see a trend. I'm definitely getting my trend indicator signaling a green bullish trend. And then yesterday we had a bullish engulf here after this little pullback, giving us a bear flag, and then popping up here yesterday, still in that buy area. I'm going to put a green box around this like that, and that to me is the buy area inside the buy box. I'm looking for that 68.90, basically testing these tops, 69 up here as a top. Another one is sand. Like I said, we're going to look at a lot of gold today, and then I've got some shorts we're going to be looking at as well. Sand is another one that has, well, let's do this one a little backwards. Let's draw the buy box in there. So here's the pop up, and here we're moving sideways. So I'm going to come in here and take, whoops, let's grab that box again. We're going to take these lows right through there, and then just move up and go just a little bit higher than the highs. That gives the breakout buyers a buy box area. Okay, so now what I'm looking at here is the fact that we broke out here. We broke out, we moved sideways, consolidation, and now the bulls are stepping in, and we haven't taken off yet. So it appears that there's still room for this to move higher, and you're buying it at a reasonable, we would be buying it at a reasonable price. This is what we call a 3/8 trap. 3/8 trap. My good friend Doug Campbell is presenting a 3/8 trap class this coming, what is it, next week, I guess. Yeah, next week, July 15th, if anyone is interested. That class still has room available. I believe it has 11 spots available as of today, the morning of July 8th, and the 15th is the class. But it teaches about this type of trade right here, is what it does. So I'm going to look at this one for the Road to Wealth account as a buy as we start. If it starts to move up, starts to show buying in here. If I start to see it popping on the scanner here, I'm definitely going to be looking at it. Here's a silver stock, PAAS. Again, let's draw the buy box in here. So look, to me, it looks like the buy box is about, the lows would be in this area here. I'm going to go up just slightly above. So now I'm looking for a buy inside this area there. I'm looking for a $33 target. So with a buy, say at $30, 10 cents maybe, you've got a 9, maybe 10% target. Nothing says it can't go higher, by the way. These are just some short-term swing targets is all I'm looking at. So once again, we have our bullish trend, and once again, we have our breakout, and we have our rest and our pullback, and we have buyers stepping in yesterday that the scanner picked it up. That's why it's on the list here. When I turned the computer on this morning, opened everything up, it's just like I left it yesterday. Some of these I looked at last night before I shut down, and then some this morning. But I was able just to go through the scanner and find out what was picked out. KGC, this is another one. Looking at about 870 as a target, 870. Let's pull that buy box in there. See this flat trading right there? We popped up, and then actually 3 bars up, and then 1, 2, 3. Nice little trading right there. I'm going to put that box right there. That is what we would call a pop out of the box. Pop out of the box there. I'm going to put another green box in here because now we're going to add a buy zone. I don't know that it's going to pull back to this second one. The way things are looking, it might not. So what we may be looking for is an entry in this area here with profits up in this area. Nice bullish trend right in here. Take a look at this right in here. This is like perfect. Here we have a nice downtrend. Downtrend is working. Here we pop up. See how the trend indicator is showing a downtrend? And then all of a sudden price action pushed us up, created the green dots, which is showing bullish price action. And then see how we popped up and now we pulled back. That's a nice trap play. That's called a 3/8 trap. And then we had this bullish candle in here. Certainly could have bought the doji here if you're into buying dojis and those sort of things. But this would have been a good indicator to be in, and you could still be in this chart making a ton of money with the target still up there around 870. XLE. All right, let's look at a couple of shorts here. XLE, we can see, let's do this. We can see how that the bulls have been running this up, and now the sellers have taken control, and we have our trend indicator is trending to the downside, and price is also down there. Price is leading the trend indicator. Trend indicator is a lagging indicator. All indicators are lagging indicators. The only leading indicator there is price action itself. So you can see the price action has pushed us down below the trend indicator and the T-line, and it's still showing weakness in here, and it's showing a bearish chart pattern. We have a downtrend. We also have a bearish H pattern. This move right here, this is the start of the H, and there's the top, and then here is the H right in here. Yesterday, we did break down through these lows. We actually closed, so the H pattern was created right in here. So now what we're looking for is weakness to the downside to get in for some selling. There'd be no harm in getting in inside that triangle. You just want to make sure your stop is in there. Always have a protective stop. Always have a protective stop. Let's see, XOP. XOP is another possible short setup. Once again, we've got that H pattern in there. Here's that H pattern right there. And you can see the red trend moving down. We start trading below these lows over here, then that could lead to a little bit more downside. And I would have to put a target around that 46 mark, or excuse me, 45 mark right in here, which, if you're able to get an entry around the 50-65 level, that's a little 11% swing trade. Pretty good numbers there. 6, SIX. Here's another where the trend has been up. You can see the green dots for the trend line. They've rolled over here. Price has pushed below, rallied up, and failed. And price action down below the T-line and the red dots now gives us a bearish signal. So now what we're going to do is look for an entry here. There again, there's that bearish H pattern. Let's put this in there. So down below that red line, down below these lows over here, that would be where it would start to pay. As far as an entry goes, I personally would have no problem entering somewhere in this area right in there. And then, of course, on weakness. We don't want to chase it. We don't want it to get down here and chase it. So want to keep it kind of tight. Another one is COF, C-O-F. C-O-F. Uptrend has turned into a downtrend. Sellers have taken over. And right now the chart pattern doesn't point to the buyers coming in. Always keep in mind things could change with a chart in a heartbeat. I mean, there could be some positive news out there that just turn things around. But what we look at is the chart that's given to us, the chart that's in front of us, the chart that we can see, not the chart that we're hoping for, or not the chart that you heard from your brother-in-law or something like that. The best of traders follow the charts. Best of traders look at the charts, make the decision based on the charts. And this is a great way to trade. Believe me, if you need any help with that, I mean, absolutely check us out here at Hit Run Candlesticks. We'll certainly get you started anyway. So once again, we have this bearish H pattern. We start falling below these lows here of 59.75. I would suspect that we see around 52 tested. And here we go. So down we are. There's our H pattern right there. And nice bearish chart pattern. Once again, coming from the scanner. These alerts, the bearish alerts, are coming from what I call the breakdown and then the T-line bear bounce. The breakdown and the T-line bear bounce. You can see 6 there. XOP on there. AIG, which that's one we're going to look at right now. There's AIG. You can see how the trend is up. The trend has now started to fail, running downhill. If we take these two lows as double bottom, we popped up, couldn't get anywhere, a failed high, And you can see yesterday we closed down below those lows. That's showing signs of weakness. So we'll look to short that, say, somewhere in that area, just like that. And the last one I have here is lift. Lift. Let's get rid of that line there. Let's put this line up. And this is the most recent low. We did close below that low. We're going to put our buy box in there of about this area right there. And you can clearly see the downtrend. There's the change in character about right there. Bulls, bears. Let's make some money. Alrighty. Look, hey, everyone, thank you very, very much for being here. If you like these videos, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. Those two are not the same, by the way. So subscribe if you like the videos, and that way we have a lot of specials that come out for those that subscribe. Last month we gave subscribers I think it was 3 or 4 days in the trading room toward the end of the month. We might be doing that here shortly again. We've also got some video ebook giveaways that we're doing. In fact, down below the chat, there's actually right now, remember to subscribe, and then down below there is a link that takes you to one of my favorite, absolute favorite, excuse me, favorite chart patterns, and it's the J-Hook continuation pattern. And the J-Hook continuation pattern, let me show you what that looks like right here. So the J-Hook continuation pattern is when you have a rally up, a pullback, and then you have follow through. This right here. That's my favorite trading pattern of all time. Don't confuse that with my favorite strategy, which is actually the rounded bottom breakout. But inside the rounded bottom breakout strategy, I always trade this right here. This is the trading pattern. Here's another one on GLD. See, whoops, let me change the color there. Here we go. Where we have a run, a pullback right in there. So there's a really nice ebook below. If you want to click on it, it's downloaded to you, and it's something we're just giving away. So subscribe, and then go down below in the text and grab that ebook. I want to thank everybody. We'll see you hopefully in the trading room, and if not, I'll see you here tomorrow morning. Thanks again.